Hello, everybody, and welcome to the official Pokemon Showdown. I am one of your hosts. I am Andrew.
And I am your other host, and my name is Riley Hopkins.
You may know us from the podcast minds. I'm going to mute Twitch stream. That's why I'm hearing so much double. Someone is double teaming here. We're here for some Pokemon action. It is time for the Primate Prime fight, Riley. Are you excited?
I am so excited, Andrew. This was one of my favorite events out of the moon landing. To see it come back in such beauty and such grace, I'm beside myself with joy.
Hell yeah, I'm very excited. It looks like, I'm looking in the corner right now, and it looks like Nessa has already won this battle. It looks like we're having some technical issues with Pokemon Showdown, but we'll get that good to go in just a second here. In the meantime, I should probably tell folks why we are here and what they're about to watch. We're here with a bunch of Moonshot hosts, as well as some friends of the show, folks who were around at the moon landing stream, as well as some other content creators, and we're going to play some wacky formats of Pokemon. Riley, we've got a strange bracket ahead of us.
Do you want me to put it up on screen really quick?
Yeah, throw up the bracket.
Yeah. Let me just show it quick to y'all. So this right here, ignore.
Is this not going the way that you expected it to?
No, it kind of is. It's that right there is our little quick showing us our first matchup. But we cut in here. I've got the bracket up and open for this, Andrew. You see that bad boy?
Yeah. So we are going to be starting things off. Our first match doesn't quite reflect the bracket exactly. Our first match is going to be this second match you see here, Nessa versus Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
We've got these 4 outside matches. These matches are all going to start off with a format called, I want to say it's called First Blood.
It is called First Blood.
It is a Pokemon format. Normally in a Pokemon match, you got 6 Pokemon against 6 Pokemon. First person to knock out all 6 of their opponents wins, right?
That is technically how it goes, right?
Yeah, not in First Blood.
Oh.
First Blood is first trainer to get a knocked out Pokemon loses.
Now, that sounds significantly harder. I'm not a professional, Andrew, but that sounds tough.
Way harder, but I'm excited to see how it goes. Sam, can you check outside real quick? It looks like someone's dropping off a package or something.
If you have a random outside, let me take a second to introduce our first matchup here. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, hit us up.
If you were having somebody harass you. Now, as you all saw just mere moments ago, and let me put it back on the screen for good measure. You saw the little intro video for our first matchup here, which looked a bit like this. Bop, it doesn't play. That's fine. We're figuring it all out. We're working together as a unit. Bop, 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 bop. Ruby the Can Crusher versus Nessa. I'm walking here. We've got a promo from Nessa here, and let me bring that up on screen. Nessa, of course, a true professional, a true expert in how to get people interested. Posted theirs on TikTok. Oh yes.
Yeah, I've seen them advertising us on TikTok, which is very nice.
Yes, and so let me actually pull that up. We have their TikTok right here, and viewers, you should be able to hear it. So let me know if you can't.
What? Moonshot Podcasting Network is doing
cannot.
another Pokemon Showdown tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What? Nessa, you are also on this one and still don't know how to play Pokemon and got locked out of your Showdown account? What?
I also
Moonshot
couldn't hear it,
Podcast-
Andrew, and that's fine. I already watched it. The link is in the chat. But we're making progress. We're moving through this. The others you should be able to hear. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I'm seeing some folks in the chat saying that they can hear. Perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now then, Andrew, are you ready to party? Are you ready to see this first matchup here tonight to start our competition right?
Yeah, I'm ready. I wanna point out we're seeing this start off Cough Egregious versus Toxtricity. Toxtricity is 4 times weak to ground, which I believe Cough Egregious has going on. So already we're in a tough spot with sudden death First Blood matches. Let's go to the game.
Let's go to the game. I'm going to look at my players. I'm going to say ding, 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 ding. And let's enter the party zone.
Let's enter the party zone.
All right. And I've hit the ding for them, so they should be able to hit play shortly. And now I can also bring in the sound from the stream, which is the scary thing, because This is fucking loud. So everyone hold on to your butts.
Nessa is I think they meant the link for the TikTok. I don't think we want the match links going in the Twitch chat.
Yes, the link for the TikTok. I will share that momentarily. We've gotten Toxicity out of there. We have Azelf in there, who did just get a super effective.
Ooh, Configure just started off with Toxic Spites, trying to set up a dangerous playing field. Oh, we are.
Don't worry.
Okay. Wants to set up a dangerous playing field for Configure or for Nessa's Pokemon. Nessa started with a Boom Burst, a very strong move, hindered by the fact that Configure is a ghost type and was immune to it.
Oh, and that's it for Nessa. Ruby wins.
That was it, a quick kill.
Holy
As Configure takes out Azelf in this early match.
Nessa is out. Nessa has beefed it. It is game over.
A tough matchup. This is not a strong format if you do not if you are not invested in Pokemon, if you're not entirely sure what's going on. This is first blood fight, so you're officially out. It looks like, I'm looking in chat, Ruby did not realize that this was the that was the format. They're in chat saying, "Hey, what's up? Why did Nessa forfeit?
Why is the
What
game
happened?"
over now?
Ruby went out swinging and did not know what for.
God, holy shit. All right.
This first blood format is exclusive for these first couple matches as we are clearing a bit out of our bracket. But next up, let me scroll up the page. We've got the winner of that fight. Ruby is facing off with Ken.
Yes.
They are going to be fighting in... We're getting into quote-unquote real Pokemon now. We're doing teams of 6, and this one is going to be a doubles match.
It will. And Andrew, now I'm cutting back to the bracket really quick just to, again,
Okay.
show everyone quickly what we're looking at here. And now this is outdated. I had this. I thought I'd have time during that last match to prepare to maybe get this one going next. But I don't. And it is gone. So I luckily, I have here in my hands, Andrew, a promo brought to us from Ken. Again, I want to let you know, Andrew, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it. We'll be able to see it. The chat will be able to hear it. And you know what? Godspeed to them. Because
Sounds good to me.
They're the people I care about here. I don't give a shit about you and me. I'm in it for the people. I'm in it for the players. Power to
That
the
is
players
true.
is what I say.
Damn, someone should make that a slogan.
All right. So next up for Ruby v Ken.
Hey
Bring it on
everybody,
board. It's
me,
sideways.
Ken.
Is this good enough yet?
Nah, keep scrolling.
Oh,
I don't know
very
who I'll
fun.
be facing tonight, but whether the victor of the first match is Ruby or Nessa, I cannot wait for them to clown around and find out. Ever since my noble defeat last time, Clown Fever has swept the nation, and I've only become more powerful as a result. I'm going all the way to the big top, baby. Honestly though, either way, I'm just here to have fun. GL and HF to both of you. May the best fool win. And remember, clowns are full of surprises.
Alright, what about now?
what a powerful opening.
It's very strong. I'm upset because I don't know why that was sideways. It drives me up a fucking wall, and I'm sorry to Ken.
We're all just clowning around here at the Mime Junior Invitational.
at this clown shit party we call home. I'm getting the link right now for our next party. It being sideways just adds to the fun of it. Oh God.
So this next match, we're going back to kind of real formats. This is a doubles battle. No one, I will say, every match that we are fighting tonight, tomorrow, and on Sunday, this is a 3-night affair. Every match is going to be fully random. No players got to pick any Pokemon that they are using this evening. Everyone is just going by the seat of their pants.
Yep. And that's kind of the exciting thing. 'Cause it's the great equalizer, Andrew. It is what keeps this kind of fresh, hip, and happening.
It truly is. But we've got Ken up against Ruby. Ken is starting off with a Galarian Slowking and a Nihilego versus a Galvantula and Dragapult.
And then
What a team.
Are we ready to see some action here today again for our second matchup tonight?
You know, I think we might be.
Then in that case, ding, 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 motherfuckers.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
Now, it's interesting. Nihilego is a good Pokemon for doing stuff, and Slowking too, for setting up things like Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks, kind of trying to get
those hazards on the field. So
hazards on the field. But hazards they're not really as strong in double battles as they are in single fights. As opposed to something like Galvantula, which has sticky webs, which can slow down the entire enemy team. If people are setting up, if both players are setting up hazards to start this game off, I think that one might be the way to go. But we're starting off strong. Ruby Knight's throwing balls. We got Shadow Ball and Energy Ball. Meanwhile, a Meteor Beam is coming out and destroying that Galvantula.
Already gone. Galvantula.
Activating Nihilego's Beast Boost in order to boost its special attack.
All right. So we've got a quarter damage, about a third damage, but one Pokemon fucking down over there. Clawitzer, you like this fucker, right?
We're seeing one of my favorites. I like any Pokemon with a shell, and Clawitzer's one of the best.
It is one of the shelliest.
Truly, you can't get shellier than the giant arm you see there on that Clawitzer.
Slowking gone. It is now 5-5 right now.
Yeah, getting a Muddy Water, going for double hit, but the first Pokemon's already dead. Slowking down to a Shadow Ball, and Nihilego using Grass Knot. Ruby is just doing their best to kind of rip this team apart after they took out the first one.
Now, Grass Knot, I love that move. That one is fantastic. We have Beartic on the field now as Ice. Are we gonna now, Andrew? Does Beartic got the benefit against Dragapult here? I don't know, top of my head. I'm looking to you, the professional.
Yeah, so dragons are weak to ice, which means the Beartic can come down and do super effective damage against Dragapult. Another thing, I know some ice Pokemon have access to this move. I don't know that Beartic's one of them. There is a move called Freeze Dry as well. That is an ice move that is super effective against grass types.
Will-O-Wisp.
Against water types.
Clawitzer down and
Clawitzer down. Nihilego getting even stronger. The smart play to burn this Beartic in order to cut its attack so that Dragapult took a good chunk off of Icicle Crash, but nowhere near as much as it could have.
Was there a second of these little Sakat? This Ruby is here, putting the pussy in the sarcophagus right here. We have another sarcophagus, another Cafagrius right here on the field. I'm very impressed. Now, Andrew, I need you to remind me next matchup to say something about Chris. I don't want to forget this. This is important.
Okay, I'm excited to hear it. Boy, I will say, this Nihilego being able to come in and take part in taking out two different Pokemon, its special attack right now is stacked. It's at low health, and I think that Ruby needs to get it off the field. Otherwise, this thing really threatens to take away the game.
Now, I wonder if Nihilego has any kind of any moves that are going to hit the group, hit the party here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so far we've seen 3 moves out of it. We've seen Meteor Beam, Grass Knot, and Thunderbolt. They could have something hidden in the back. Who could say?
Real pondering here. I wonder who is thinking about what. I wish I could see who has readied up so I could see who's doing the pondering, who's letting things cook in their brain a little bit more. Oh, Protect up on Dragapult.
Dragapult is protecting as Nihilego sends in a Thunderbolt onto Cofagrigus. Takes a good chunk of damage. And the Shadow Ball
Nihilego holds on!
Take out Nihilego. Wow! Nihilego's held on. God, Ruby probably protected that Dragapult just to make sure that it could survive in a post-Nihilego world, but we're not there yet. It's still around.
What are the odds of Protect pinging twice?
Now, Protect could ping twice. Ruby could also bet Dragapult's a fast Pokemon. Maybe they think it's going to be faster than Nihilego. Who could say?
Oh, Aqua Jet and Cafagrius. That is a interesting choice. Will-O-Wisp doesn't trigger. Meteor Beam from... There's so much weird shit happening.
What a strange turn. Beartic used Aqua Jet to hit Cofagrigus, did a little bit of damage, but not a lot. That move always goes first, though. It did steal Cofagrigus' Mummy ability. Mummy spreads its ability around. Meanwhile, Dragapult used Will-O-Wisp on the already burned Beartic.
Now-
Lego used Meteor Beam, which is
charging, right?
Meteor Beam is a move that requires a charge in order to use. They used it the first turn because they had an item called a Power Herb, which lets you fire it off like that. I don't think Ken realized that that's how the move worked.
Yep.
So I think they set up to do a big move and ended up not getting to attack before getting taken out last turn.
That frankly is an unforced error. Ken could have had this in the bag, having Beartick on the field an extra turn, missing some easy ice hits on Dragapult to clear them off the field. That this could mean something terrible at this point, and I'd love to see Ken come back.
It could. We are currently 4-4 right now. Ruby's Pokemon have taken some damage, and Beartick has a burn. So, frankly, it feels like it could be anyone's game. I will say, a Dragapult, a much stronger partner to have on the field than a Butterfree.
And Ken right now relying on that Aqua Jet, which just isn't getting it fucking done.
Ruby is firing off some burn moves on the opponents using Will-O-Wisp. Butterfree got a Hurricane off on Coffegregious. Got to confuse it. In the eye of a hurricane, there is confusion. And Coffegregious won't know what's happening next turn.
All right, we have a
It goes to heal up a bit using Pain Split.
Oh, there we go.
Beartick hits an Icicle Crash. Another Hurricane into Coffegregious. And Dragapult flinched.
Can Ken
What
bring
a
it
turn.
This is...
You know, a lot of things went back and forth that turn, and I think that all that really happened is that Ruby's Pokemon are at a lower health. That's really all there is to show for
Now,
it.
here's the thing. Oh, a team wipe for Ruby. Incredible turn for Ken. Here is the note.
And Butterfree take down those two. What are Ruby's last two Pokemon?
Ruby is playing right now like out of their mind, but also here's the thing you need to know. Ruby is playing from lows, from work. Ruby has a handicap on.
I didn't realize we were getting Lowe's fights.
We are having a fight in the halls. We're in the lumber section right now.
Can we get some Lowe's kicks in the chat?
Can I get Lowe's kicks? Foodie, I know you think that Ruby and Nessa should be fighting. That's because Nessa already lost. Immediately, I think in 2 turns, got cleared from the bracket as a whole.
So, and also we've started off with Ruby's matches due to some time issues. So the bracket does not quite show exactly when matches are happening.
Oh!
A Rock Slide from Miltank takes down both the Beartick and the Butterfree as Regidrago uses a Fire Fang to soften up Beartick.
We're at a 2-2.
Surfetched and Buzzwole come in, and it is a 2v2. This is the final showdown. Now, we got 2 fighting Pokemon on Ken's side of the field. That Miltank is not very happy right now. It also has a Life Orb, which means it does extra damage, but it comes at a cost, and I'm not sure that it can give up that kind of HP in the face of 2 fighting types.
I'm so nervous right now. It truly is anyone's game. Here's the thing I know. I don't know much about Ken's history as a Pokemon player. I know Ruby's good at this shit, but Ruby's distracted right now. They could have a Dynamax!
I didn't realize we could do that!
Regidrago Dynamax, we got a heavy hit on the Miltank. Miltank still lives, Surfetched is still up. What's happening? Miltank is gone due to recoil. Max Flare
Miltank survives a close combat, only to get in with a body press, deal some damage, and then go out on its own terms. As we get a Dynamax Regidrago doubling that HP, getting in with a Max Flare against the Bug-type Buzzwole.
Now, who would you Dynamax right here? Would you Dynamax Buzzwole or Surfetched?
You know, it's tough because both are at half health. I feel like in this situation, Regidrago's going to go back for the Buzzwole, and it's in the sun right now. I would be Dynamaxing my Surfetched if I were in Ken's spot.
Now, oh shit.
Buzzwole goes down with a Max Wormwind boosting its own speed. That was 4 times effective and will be super effective against the Surfetched. I think Ruby has this one in the bag.
Could a Dynamax Surfetched live?
You know, a Dynamax Surfetched could probably grow big and possibly protect. That would stall out Regidrago's last turn of Dynamax, and Surfetched has double the HP.
Will we see this? It's
The
anyone's
question
game.
is, does Ken know about Dynamaxing?
Oh, I hope Ken, if you're listening, know about Dynamaxing, please.
I will say the other problem, Sirfetch's stats are already lowered through some close combats. Through another move, stats are going down.
And there it is. That's it. That's the
There
ball
it is.
game.
The max Wormwind. Oh, it was a Wormwind, the dragon move, not a flying move. That would do it. That's what lowered the HP or lowered a stat last turn. What a tough ending to a powerful fight. I thought Ken had this one in the bag when the back two Pokemon were revealed to both be fighting types, both super effective against that Miltank.
This was an incredibly close match. It was wonderful to watch, and I'm so happy that we got to witness it. You know what I mean, Andrew?
This is powerful Pokemon. In the Magic circuits, we would say this is some powerful magic happening right now. This is powerful Pokemon.
All right, and with that, Andrew, let me cut back to the transition here to show you. Bring up our Titantron again. Can I get the logo in here? Yes, here it is. Now, fuck. I love when a media source comes in at a different size every time I do it. That's my favorite thing that these do. Is that they don't maintain the same fucking size. Give me one quick second as I shrink this fucker down and get it on screen. There we go. Sam versus Christopher Hutton here. Now, everyone's been telling me, say something about Chris. That didn't play correctly. So I'm gonna play one more time as I say something about Chris. Chris and I are part of a group chat, right? We're all friends here. We have a big group chat. And I've noticed it blowing up as Chris has been asking for advice on how to deal with Sam's team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So let me pop open this. Chris here has some notes on how to beat Sam. We're going to see if he sticks to them here. So right here, we have, don't think they're items. He sent a screenshot of the screen. It said, what do I do here? Multiple people have Smogon and Bulbapedia pulled up to find shit out. It is very nervous.
Now, Chris realizes that he doesn't get to pick his Pokemon for this match, right?
No, well, he had the match up. He had the screen up so he could see Sam's 2 starting and his 2 Pokemon.
Oh, Chris has been doing this right now.
Right now, immediately right now, as that last match was happening.
That feels like cheating.
I agree. I want us to note it and keep that in our brains, as Chris had conferred with his co-counsel. Now, let me bring up Sam's promo.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm here to fucking annihilate Christopher Bean Hutton. I would be here to kick Chris's ass, but I've seen Chris Hutton. He didn't have one. I could go on and on about my own accolades, like being the resident Mario Party champion, but that belt was stolen from me by Chris Hutton. But the thing is, he only took it because he split the multiverse to earn that extra star. Beating Chris, it's not gonna right that wrong, but it's gonna feel real good.
All right, so that was pretty good. I see Chris screaming in chat. I do too have an ass.
I'm not owned, Chris screams. I'm not owned.
And now let's hear from Chris Hutton, who also filmed his in portrait. So I think it might come in sideways.
This
Perfect.
is Chris Hutton, co-founder of the MOONSHOT Podcast Network. And when Chris Hutton talks, people
Sorry, what's your name?
This is Twinkie the Clown. And I may be stuck in Ken the Clown's Fungin for now because of my loss at the moon landing, but I will be there at the second ever Pokemon Showdown on July 8th. And this time, if I want to make it out of the first round, all I have to do is beat Sam. But, wait, I already did that! Because something else happened at the moon landing, and that was me becoming your Mario Party King. And when the king strolls into the Pokemon Showdown to perform for all my loyal subjects, you're all gonna find out that nobody makes Chris Hutton look like a fool.
I love this fucking show. We're the best Pokemon tournament to exist.
Now, I can't say... I'm the announcer here. I'm not supposed to be biased. I do know who I want to win this one.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, nobody made the you don't have to be biased rule. I need you to know that.
Oh, perfect! I hope my wife wins. It's going to be a cold night in the Cook-Sherman household if that's not the case.
There's no way Chris wins this. Even Chris with his cornerman, his corner full of boxing coaches.
Yeah, Chris is starting this one off with a fake tree and everyone's least favorite dragon Pokemon. Meanwhile, Sam has a beautiful steel dragon and whatever the hell Sigilith is.
Let's see what the fuck happens here today, Andrew. Ding, ding, ding. I'm ringing the bell. Bring it in, gamers. Oh my god. This is... We're partying today. And I've said ding, ding, ding. They're picking their first moves here.
Now, Sam has a... Ooh. Whoa!
It started
Sam
at the
coming
gate.
in hard off the bat with... Wow!
That's
Sam
how you
immediately
fucking do it.
switches to Pyukumuku, Dynamaxes her dragon, uses a Steel Spike move to immediately murder Sudowoodo.
Beefed it.
Druddigon tried to use Sucker Punch. I'm not sure which one it used it on, probably on the Pokemon that swapped out. Chris's entire turn was negated. Meanwhile, Sam's here with a giant dragon, pumped up defenses, and they're up a Pokemon.
Now that is a Sigma move. That is what chat is pointing out. Sigma Sam is out here.
Sigma Sam is out here. I hope that's a good thing. I have no idea what the kids are saying these days. Chris is out here with a clown of their own, the Indeedee.
And Indeedee, Chris is a little clown. Good luck, my friend. Oh.
Now, what a team. Pyukumuku's a wild Pokemon. I'm fascinated to learn what happens here and what that Pyukumuku can get up to. I know what a Duraludon can get up to. I play Unite. I played during the competitive format where Duraludon really ran rampant. Chris is on the back foot, if not on both back feet somehow.
Chris has so many feet that are in so many places that they wish they weren't.
Now, do you still have your line into the group chat?
I do. They haven't removed it.
Is Chris crying?
I have my friend Cody. Pyukumuku is an insane stall trapper, so you might be able to clutch with them if they get Soak, Protect, Toxic. Which unfortunately, Cody was looking at the wrong side and thinks that Chris has Pyukumuku.
Perfect.
Yep. So it's just more talking up how good Sam's chances are here.
I love a person saying, wow, you've got this so good here. I see all your great Pokemon, and then you have to say, no, actually, that's my opponent.
Actually, actually things are going very badly for me.
Indeedee is protecting. Druddigon's trying to use Sucker Punch. I think it tried to Sucker Punch against the Duraludon. No, Pyukumuku put up a light screen. Sam is playing this to win. She's got the competitive strats.
Yes, Sam
knocking out a second one of Chris's Pokemon. Indeedee protected, but Sam said, I don't care. I'm not fighting your little clown.
Indeed.
It's a Pyukumuku mirror match.
Here it is. Here it is. Chris, if you can hear me, Showdown has a command that shows you type weaknesses. Two of them.
Two Pyukumukus. One of my. I love this genre of Pokemon. Just little dudes that sit there.
They're just there.
I love a Pyukumuku. I love a Pincurchin. I love a what's a Pineco. I love little dudes that just sit on the field. We've got a Tukumuku in the chat.
Tukumuku. We're not running any donation screens or anything. I want to do some sort of there's two of them donate goal, but we don't need to because we're just streaming for the love of the fucking game, Andrew. We have Psychic Terrain, a light screen, and then a reflect on the field. Is that what I'm seeing? There's so much happening. It's filling my screen too high.
So Sam fired off that extra steel Gigantamax move in order to deal some damage to the Pyukumuku and raise defenses even further. That Pyukumuku took it like a champ, though. Only dealt about 25% of its HP. Meanwhile, Pyukumuku throws up a second screen. Sam is sitting very tough. We saw that Indeedee get a Hyper Voice out. that move is a special attack with a stab boost for being a normal type move being used by a normal type Pokemon. It did 6 and 9% health damage respectively.
I'm messaging
Sam?
the group chat right now to show them Chris's state.
Sam is currently Pyukumuku used Helping Hand to pump up Duraludon's move,
Is that a
and
successful?
Duraludon got in.
I've never seen
Pyukumuku's
Helping
a
Hand
perfect
actually
friend.
used. This is amazing.
Helping Hand comes in really handy in doubles fights. That's what, honestly, doubles battles are the best thing to ever happen to Pokemon competitive play.
Chris must be doing a Nuzlocke because Sam's about to end it. Patreon donations for Chris's imminent medical bills for getting crushed to death. And good news, everybody. Chris is a clown, so getting crushed means that he'll turn into a big flat pancake, and then somebody else will pick him up and flap him out, and he'll pop back into being a person because he has toon physics now.
Hernka indeed. We got a Draco Meteor coming out of Duraludon with a Helping Hand, almost taking out the Indeedee, but not quite.
Oh, Drow.
Look, Pyukumukus are just clapping up a storm for their friends. Both Pyukumuku started that turn with a Helping Hand. Fire off
Officer,
a Draco
I'm trying
Meteor
to.
and an Expanding Force. Wild.
Coach, I'm trying to win my Pokemon doubles battle, but the clap of my Pyukumuku keeps upsetting my teammates.
So now the real question here, does Pyukumuku, which item does the Pyukumuku have?
I don't
Takes
know.
out the
Draco
Pyukumuku.
There we go.
As
All right.
now, Sam has lost her first Pokemon. Chris is down 3. Sam only has a Pyukumuku left on the field, but screens are still up. Well, they might go away after this turn, actually.
One light screen is still gonna stay, and that is Sam's light screen. A Dragonite and a Genesect are on the field.
Actually, so it looks like these Pyukumukus have the item called the clay item that increases the amount of time they're on the field. So we've got 4 more turns of light screen, 4 of light screen, 3 of. Hold on. Chris has 4 turns left of light screen. Sam has 3 of light screen and 4 of reflect. Meanwhile, Genesect and Dragonite are coming in. Pyukumuku is left still standing, which means that
Another helping
probably
hand.
get off another Helping Hand, exactly. And that Dragonite, man, does it know a fire move to deal with the Genesect? Does it know? Dragonite can learn so many different moves. Who could say what's going to come out of Sam's side of the field?
We have literally no way of knowing. There is no way of knowing which direction we are going, Andrew. Helping Hand hit. Pyukumuku still lives.
A U-turn
Still
of
lives.
Genesect, and that Pyukumuku survives. Between Reflect and the double HP boost, that survived an extra turn.
It did.
Dragonite gets in a fire punch at Mesprit.
Our Pyukumuku, Sam's Pyukumuku is down, but after taking 2 shots. That's incredible. It put so much into itself.
What an MVP. We can talk as much about how Duraludon handled the opposing team. That Pyukumuku was right there in the fight with it.
Behind every big Duraludon is a tiny little Pyukumuku, and I think that's beautiful. Strong slug, strong slug. That's a yerk to me.
We got a low punny in the chat.
We have a low punny on the screen. No low punnies in the chat right now.
That's what I mean. No low punny. Absolutely no low punnies in the chat.
You say
I will
low
see
punny,
'em.
you will be banned. Mods, keep an eye out. Low punny, Hearthside Enclave. I'm
and
sorry.
Hearthside
You're
Enclave is
out.
the first to go. No.
I should call her.
I should call. Oh boy, Sam's got a couple of powerful hitters on the field here.
A
What-
fake out. Interesting.
A fake out stops Mesprit from doing anything this turn. And Dragonite just uses a Dragon Dance. Sam says, I don't care about what Chris has on his side of the field in the slightest. I am here to throw down. Dragonite is pumping itself up.
Sam, be kind, please. No, Sam is here. Sam knows what it takes to get a belt. Sam has tasted defeat at the hands of Chris Hutton before and is not going to taste it again. Sam is not here to play around and is here to take only names. Now, Andrew,
Oh, what a match, Riley.
What is the gimmick for this match besides just doubles?
That's the gimmick.
That's the
random
gimmick? Golden.
The gimmick is that they are random doubles, so
Indeed
people didn't get to pick their teams.
Indeed, he is down. Sam, it does look, point out in the chat, it does look like Sam is going to drop kick a toddler due to the sprite, the trainer sprites. Sigilif back out on the field. Another Sigilif.
Now-
Wild to see.
So Sam used U-turn on the low punny to knock out that Ndidi. Chris is down to just a
Just
Genesect and a Mesprit. Sam has 4 left on the team. We've got the Sigilith, low punny, a pumped up Dragonite, and a secret Pokemon in the back. What are the chances? What do you think? Mesprit's really low. Genesect's at full and did get to download to pump up its own special attack. What are you thinking here? Do you think Chris has a chance?
I'm in to support my friend. I'm gonna say Chris has a chance of at least seeing that last Pokemon, and it might crooked up Dragonite, goaded with the stats. That's actually a very good point. Dragonite is breaking it down sexual style out there on the field. It is going to wipe these Pokemon from the face of existence. And there we see it right now. Mesprit out, Sigilif clear it out. It's gone.
Whoa!
Sam in one turn
1-2
answering the question
punch
for us. Oh my
Through
god!
a light screen. Sigilith takes out Genesect before it can even go.
Holy shit. We get an I hate Pokemon from Chris in the chat. Jay says street swept. Sam, beautiful. This game sucks anyway. No one bought Pokemon for the battles.
We never even found out what that last Pokemon was. Wild.
Holy shit. Incredible. Kingslayer Sam in the chat. Look at all this respect we see on the board today.
This is
I am very
co-founder of
excited.
the MOONSHOT Podcast
I'm excited
Network.
to,
and when
to
Chris let
meet
me talk,
Sam.
people
Sorry, what's your name?
Yeah, Jay said in the
Tweet
chat
the clown.
one thing that Jay fears, and it is the person
And
who has.
I may be stuck in Ken the Clown's
sorry, I
Fungin
gotta
for
stop
now
Chris
because of
from
my
talking. You're out of here, clown. One of the things that Jay fears, there's only 2 players Jay fears in this entire matchup, and it is the 2 people who have countless hours on Nuzlocke runs.
Now, okay, I'm going to... we are throwing back to this next game. I had to stop myself. I was about to message our friends and say, excuse me, you're playing the wrong format. But no, much like Chris, I'm the clown here. We are going back. We've got a matchup here between Danielle and Jeff. This is back to first blood. This is a immediate knockout match.
Hey everybody.
It is. Let me make sure that we get Jeff big on the screen here. Right, because it is Jeff and Danielle. Danielle, our previous champion, our number 1 with a bullet out here. And facing off is Jeff Stormer. Let me bring Jeff big and on screen, and a message from the man, the myth, the legend, enemy of the show, Jeff Stormer himself. Transition and play.
Hey everybody, Jeff Stormer here. I got some questions about this Pokemon tournament that I'm in. Isn't it a little odd that I'm facing the champion in the first round in the 16 seed spot after I made the semifinals last time? And isn't it a little extra odd that after I beat the champion from the 16 seed spot, that my second round opponent is going to get a bye? This all seems very odd to me. It rubs me the wrong way. I started asking some questions. I started thinking about some things. And the more questions that I asked, the more things started clicking. You see, I think there's a conspiracy against me. I think that Moonshot Management has put a tournament of champions in my way to block me from getting my hands on Andrew and getting my hands on that title because they don't want me to be their champion. So I only have one option, and that's win your tournament, dethrone your champion, and prove why every one of your fears is entirely correct. Danielle, I'll see you on Friday. Dinner's ready.
Now, luckily, our chat has delivered. One of my sources in Jeff's camp has delivered some of those little buttons there. I just want to share them with you. For you, chat, to blow this up, look around, take a second to really soak in the sun here. You'll see my favorite over here. I got to look at these earlier. On the far right, about, what is that? That's about 4 o'clock. Do you see those, Andrew?
Not quite. What's it say?
There's a blue one. There's a yellow one that says, fuck Chris Sutton. And then there's a blue one that says, no, really, fucking Chris. And then the one dead center that says, if you can read this, I'm not positioned right.
Oh, wonderful.
Now we have... Oh, yes, you.
No, go ahead.
Now we have a second one here. And the fun thing about this matchup, this host that's here, is that it's a little bit different. We have Danielle has, last time, didn't do many promos, was too busy doing a WoW raid at the same time. Hired a manager this time. And so we have a manager here. And let me bring that on screen in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We here at Standing Stones know that this tournament is just a formality. Because Danielle sits at the top of the mountain. And by the end of this weekend, when you look up at that peak, Danielle's still gonna be sitting there. And Jeff, we see you. No one's denying that you're a great fighter. But Jeff, you're not a champion. You're a B+ player. Because my friend, my client, Danielle, is your reigning, defending Pokemon champion, and they will continue to reign and defend. Because heavy is the head that wears the crown, but nobody wears it better.
And Andrew, with that, we have gone over our promos. We've heard what our opponents have to say to each other. We have seen what they bring to the table here. And now I need to bring up the game itself, which I am doing right now. Andrew, this is a first blood match. Am I correct about that?
It sure is. First Pokemon down takes this win.
Oh my god, that is so incredibly stressful. Because that's so fast. But I will bring it up. I will hit the logo stinger. Where is this at? Boom, boom. And I'm going to say ding, 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 and let our wonderful contestants know that it is time to party. It is time to play. And immediately we're getting one Pokemon out of there, a Heliolisk in against the Magmortar, 75% damage on the field.
A smart play to get that Whimsicott out immediately. It is weak to fire. Magmortar is a powerful fire type. And it only takes one KO here.
One KO. If you lose a Pokemon, it is game over. So Danielle switching to Heliolisk, I have to wonder, do they have anything else? Oh,
no Surf.
Banking it, but the Surf didn't do enough, and it is a critical hit. It's out.
White, and that's a critical. Unfortunately, Jeff Stormer takes this one down. Takes out our champion.
Jeff did clear that shit out, hook, line, and sinker. That number one bet goes so quickly.
We get in the chat. I gambled and I was so wrong about Danielle from Danielle.
Listen, and gambling doesn't always pay, but we do our best out here. Y'all gotta learn about switching, says Jay in chat.
Oh boy, what a match. Insider chat, we do see, I saw Jeff and Danielle both practicing against a bot earlier. We're taking it seriously today. Don't you all worry.
Oh, and now I'm waiting for my next link up because, Andrew, as you may notice over here, our next matchup is Izzy versus Danielle. No, Izzy versus Jeff, sorry. Jeff won there. Jeff saying, I am the rocks on the eternal shore, crash against me and be broken. Which, Godspeed out there, you crazy diamond. But we have another promo, this time from Izzy, who you may remember. Izzy, who you may remember as one of the cast members in our Princess Bride table read. Let's see what they write. I didn't hit the reveal source button.
Alright, nerds. Today, I will take on... Insert name of winner here. You did a good job in that previous round. But now you gotta face me. Am I good at Pokemon battles? That is debatable. What I am good at? Being inconceivable. So get ready, name. It is inconceivable that I will lose. So don't even think of conceiving it. Because it's inconceivable. Now, excuse me. I need to go. My Charmander is trying to set the curtains on fire again. Charmander, no!
Angry eyes. I love a player who comes in prepared for no matter who they're facing.
Yeah, it is not often that we get an animated entry.
We've gotten sound, we've gotten visual, but we've gotten live action, but we've never gotten animated, and I think that's beautiful, frankly. That we are.
I was just gonna say, breaking new grounds at the Thrillite in Vanillite, our new tournament.
That's a great fucking name. We are getting things set up backstage right now. And Andrew, I want to ask you, what do you think about these first, 4 matches in at this point?
You know, it's been a tough road to the top from here. I gotta say, I don't think any match has quite wowed me as much as that. Nothing stood out to me as much as the immediate swap out one Pokemon to send in Pyukumuku of all things into the immediate Dynamax of a Duraludon and just start going to town. It's a level of aggression that I don't typically see here at these tournaments, and it was very fun to see play out immediately.
Well, offensive play is always impressive to watch, right? Defensive is important. Defense wins games, but offense is a showstopper, and Showtime Sam brings that. And now we're going to see who brings a little bit more of their own Showtime. Jeff Stormer, the Eternal Shore, or Inconceivable Izzy. I am cutting right over here, and now I'm going to bring this big screen so that way our gamers can see it down there. Andrew, tell me what we're looking at. I know this still flickers. I can't stop it yet.
Yeah, it looks like we've got on Jeff Stormer starting off with Melodic, a powerful stalling water type, and Blossom, who's just a very cool, very pretty friend, fighting off against a Bronzong and a Nidoking.
And so I'm ringing the bell, Andrew. I'm going ding, 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 because I want to see some fucking action right now. I want to keep this breakneck pace. I want to keep people at the edge of their seats.
Now, it feels like an even matchup right now. Nidoking is weak to Melodic, but strong to Blossom as a ground and a poison type. Everyone else is just kind of hanging out, kind of doing neutral damage. It comes down to what coverage moves they have and how they're built to play. So
pretties versus muscles is what the chat says, and I can understand that. But again, I hate Bronzong visually. So I just don't like Bronzong. Is Bronzong still in the tournament? Still in Champs?
Oh, in Champs? I couldn't tell you.
Quagsire is out, Blossom's out, and Bisharp is in.
The double swap from Jeff as Izzy starts off hitting Sludge Bomb for a little bit of damage onto a Quagsire, but setting up a Trick Room. Now, that means that... Do you know Trick Room, Riley?
No, tell me about it. That's what I was going to say.
So, Trick Room means that the slowest Pokemon are going to go first.
Fascinating. So that's going to put Bronzong pretty early on in the rotation, right?
It'll put Now, it's going to come down Bronzong or Quagsire, one of them. The thing is, Jeff swapped out some Pokemon that are kind of decently quick to a pretty quick Pokemon in Bisharp and a very slow Pokemon in Quagsire. So, you know, this is a room that Jeff can play.
Oh, 1 second. What's this say?
Another thing, something fascinating about Bronzong. It's interesting Pokemon. It has either levitate or heat proof as an ability, probably, which means it's either going to lower its weakness to fire or be completely immune to ground. Both of which would be a weakness otherwise. So there's a real guessing game of how do I hit this Bronzong very powerfully.
There's a lot of pondering happening. Right now.
Now that turn didn't do a lot. It looked like Bisharp sucker punched. We got Iron Head. I'll cover both turns once these are both over.
I'm fascinated by the kind of the movement that we're seeing right here with Bisharp getting a big hit on that Bronzong. I did not know what Bisharp was going to be able to do in this fight, but getting that super effective in on Bronzong, that fucking rules. That slaps.
Yeah. So Bisharp knows Sucker Punch, which is a priority move. It means that it will always go first before other moves. So Jeff is playing around the Trick Room by saying, my Bisharp still gets to go first and hit you with a super powerful stab move. Meanwhile, Quagsire is trying to use Toxic on Nidoking. I don't think Jeff realized, as a poison Pokemon, Nidoking can't be poisoned. And so Jeff attempted the first turn to Toxic it. Nidoking dodged it, and then Jeff tried again, and it was immune. So
that's 2 turns wasted from Jeff. The Eternal Sword.
But even with those turns wasted, Bronzong went down this turn to a Sucker Punch, and Nidoking was able to protect against a high horsepower, a ground-type move that would have been super effective on the Nidoking.
Ferrothorn's out here. You love this fucker, right?
I love Ferrothorn so much.
That's just that is a big beefy lad.
Yeah, Leo Rhubarb. There isn't like a strict level cap, but stronger Pokemon are leveled a little lower than weaker Pokemon in order to kind of even a playing field.
All right,
yeah, Marn, we got high horsepower Quagsire. This is a Quagsire that's not afraid to get dirty.
High Quags power.
Yes. High horsepower is a move that a lot of Pokemon know, despite not being horses.
This is interesting because this is the last turn that Trick Room is going to be active, and so Quagsire has to figure out what it can do to hit the maximum damage right there. Bisharp's item just got knocked off. We got a super effective Scald on Nidoking and a Swords Dance. So that way, when we come back in and Bisharp's moving fast to the next turn, they're going to hit for double the damage. Is a car a horse? No. A horse is a horse. We're not doing this today. A horse is a horse.
A car is a car. Quagsire got a Scald off on Nidoking, super effective. Ferrothorn knocked off a Berry off of Bisharp, which means that when Bisharp's down, it's down. It can't heal up from here. Getting a Power Whip on that Quagsire, quadruple weak to grass moves.
Doofa.
Now, Bisharp is still in play with a... It has that stab superpower, and it got off a Swords Dance. Bisharp can guarantee to hit first with some powerful moves.
And Melodic is back out here as well. You have to wonder what Izzy's thinking right now. What's going through their head? Do they think they still have this under control? Where do you think the momentum's lying right now, Andrew, as a professional?
I hate to say it, I do. I think Jeff might be ahead right now. They've got to set up Bisharp. I think now Ferrothorn's really threatening to that Milotic as a grass type, but we're all in a position where this Bisharp can kind of pick off whatever it wants to deal a huge amount of damage to.
In my brain, in my heart of hearts, I would take out that Ferrothorn. That's what I would swing at next. And
it looks like your heart of hearts has a point.
Great minds think alike. Melodic stands tall and then misses the Nidoking. That Nidoking is so evasive. It is bobbing and weaving over there and keeping itself mobile in an impressive way.
And we got a Soul Rock, a Psychic Rock type. This is a tough Pokemon to swap in because it is weak to both Bisharp and Melodic. Now, one way to play around, Bisharp's been really leaning on that Sucker Punch. One way to play around it is to use a move that doesn't do damage, and then Sucker Punch can't hit you. Sucker Punch can't hit you unless you're going for something.
Interesting.
Fires off a Will-O-the-Wisp, but misses.
And Solrock has 0.75 accuracy right now, which is going to be a big hit against that. Will the Nido King of the Ring be able to stay in there? Thank you, Rhubarb, in the chat.
Yeah, the way that Sucker Punch works, it goes first and hits first. It only hits if the opponent is readying an attack. If they're using a status move like Will-O-Wisp, or they do something like Protect, that Sucker Punch can't hit you. Nido King uses Ice Beam, hits Melodic for some damage.
Muddy Water cleans off the Nido
Muddy
King.
Water cleans up as Flare Blitz takes out the Soul Rock and almost takes out that Weavile that just hit the play.
Love it. Xerneas!
Xerneas is in the field with Vanillux.
Somebody played a study.
Now, one thing we might see out of this Xerneas, Xerneas knows a move called Geomancy, which boosts its stats by a whole lot, but normally takes a turn to charge up like it's a Solar Beam. But Xerneas usually carries an item that reduces that turn time, so we might see this Xerneas get very swole here. Or it might just go in hard at this Weavile and Melodic.
I have to wonder what's going to happen here. I think that Weavile is done for unless Jeff gets it off the field. And you have to wonder, is it more important to have that Weavile tank a hit that would otherwise kill another Pokemon, or do you get it out there so that we can deal damage later?
If I were in Jeff's shoes, I think I'd probably leave that Weavile in. It's a quick Pokemon. It probably gets in first. And if it goes down, you got 5 left in the back, you know? Or 4 left in the back after it.
And Hail is on the field right now, too, so non-ice Pokemon are going to be taking a little tick of damage at the end of each round.
Makes it hard to... Yeah, going for a knockoff. Knocks off the Power Herb. That Geomancy... Oh, no! Because of the knockoff, the Geomancy is going to take both turns to set up. It's not like I just described it.
That's a
Xerneas,
wonderful move by Jeff. I have to wonder.
Xerneas did... Go ahead.
I have to wonder, was Jeff listening to the stream, or did Jeff know what to do? Did Jeff trigger that thought in his own mind?
What a wild play. This Xerneas, it stops it for an extra turn. Powerful Pokemon coming from Jeff.
5,000 IQ knockoff. Supreme Yeet, you are right.
And the Vanillux used Aurora Veil, which does a great thing to protect the team, but it didn't take off that Weavile.
Weavile, however, did just beef itself, having get a knockoff against the Vanillux as well. Geomancy has triggered. Geomancy is here on the field. Xerneas is alive. Everyone is here. Can we start to seal that deal with all these 2 times on the board?
Yeah, see it? Now, Xerneas doubled special attack, doubled special defense, doubled speed. It is behind an Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil is basically protect and... it's Protect and Light Screen rolled into one move, but only usable in Hail. So this is the most protected this Xerneas could possibly be right now. The real question is, can Jeff pull it off?
Knight of Needles points out a very valid point. We've seen all sides of Jeff Stormer here in this match. We've seen him try to toxic Nido King twice, and we've seen that knockoff. So we've really seen the range of what Jeff is capable of.
A Xurkitree comes in. A little electric Christmas tree type thing.
Look at it wiggle. Look at it move.
Now we've seen, it looks like Vanillux is kind of locked into a couple of ice moves. I don't think Vanilla, if I remember right, Vanillux doesn't have very good, doesn't have great coverage moves. It's just here to hit for ice. So Melodic's not taking a lot of damage. Xurkitree will though.
Moonblast takes out that Melodic.
Moonblast takes it out. A Thunderbolt takes out the Xurkitree, and it is now 2v1 against this Xerneas.
Xurkitree gets a beast boost. Xerneas is still on the field. Blossom is back out. Can Izzy seal the deal?
And this, it's a slow start to a Xerneas, but can this Xerneas pull it off now that it is charged up?
It gets extra special attack, extra special defense, and extra speed. Both of these Pokemon against it are going to be hitting for special attack, presumably, right? A Dynamax Xurkitree! Oh, and it saves the Xurkitree!
That Xurkitree would be down. Max Lightning crits!
There it goes!
A critical hit pushes through those defensive boosts, and Xerneas goes down.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What a match, Andrew.
What an ending to that match.
I've seen a lot of things in my time, but that was fantastic. I didn't know who it was going to go to.
What a match! That was a beautiful Dynamax in the last. Here's the thing: we keep forgetting that players are allowed to Dynamax here.
I think they also.
I do think an overpowered play in this format has been remembering that you can Dynamax. That has been a very clutch move for every player that has Dynamaxed.
Oh, it truly, truly has. Now, Andrew, I'm pulling up right here next. I've cut back over to our bracket so we can see what we're looking at as we set up for this next matchup, which is, as you will soon see on the Titantron coming up, because now I've correctly paused everything so it doesn't start automatically. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Our next...
Now, go ahead.
Our next matchup is Raven versus Marn.
Nice. What is going to happen?
I ask myself that every day.
We've got Jeff Stormer in this top slot on the bracket. We'll have the winner of this one after that. Beyond that, we have was it Ken or Ruby that won that match?
It was, I think Ruby snuck it out. Some chat, please tell me. I'm not keeping track. I'm counting on somebody who's not running the stream to be keeping track.
It was Ruby. Okay, we have Ruby winning there, and then we have Sam who beat Chris. After this match with Raven and Marn, what's going to happen is we are going to get a 1v1v1v1.
Oh my god.
Is that happening tonight, or does that happen on Sunday to kick it off?
I believe that's our hot opener tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken.
Tomorrow we're doing the other half of the bracket, right?
Yeah, this is our final matchup for this evening.
This is our final matchup. Okay.
An hour
that kicks off Sunday. Great.
Yep, this has been an hour of jam-packed action, and I want to thank Marn and Jay for putting it together. I want to thank all of our wonderful players for being here tonight, and I'm ready to fucking party. You'll see the rest of that 1v1v1 on Sunday. But right now,
Sunday.
I've got to go talk to a little bird. So let me bring that bird on screen.
Hello, dear viewers of the Moonshot Network. My name is Aaron Ravenstrife, resident furry of the Moonshot Network, which is a self-proclaimed title. However, that title's been challenged by several other furries on the network, so I'd like to take this tournament as an opportunity to prove once and for all that I am the furry of the network. Be that in a face cam, wearing a fursuit, or as a VTuber. And no matter what form I take, I'll conquer anyone who stands in my way. And that starts with you, Marn. You're the first person in my way. You're the first person that I have to conquer in order to proclaim myself the ultimate furry of the Moonshot Network. So I hope you're ready to lose. I hope you're ready to go down.
Raven with some powerful lighting, some powerful edits there.
It's a shame that she has to burn all of her fursuits if she loses.
Yeah, I hate that we put that on the board, but you know, them's the fucking breaks. Now,
yeah, I thought it was weird when they proposed it, but you know, who am I to judge?
Now, Marn has supplied me with a For those of you that are too young, that's Randy Johnson killing a bird with a pitch.
Oh my god. Run that one back. I want to see this again.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh boy.
No, I edited that for Marn, and I have a version of that where I wanted to cover the bird because I didn't think we needed to see the literal explosion of feathers that came from that. Oh, I would not show real bird violence on stream. That is a promise to you. Oh, Raven and Marn, are you ready? Do you have the fucking link for me? Oh, I am the enemy.
Good
of
intros on both sides.
Yeah, this is strong. This is our headlining match here tonight. Our number one with a gun, the professionals only, the final match.
powerful start. I have seen this match. Do you want to cut to the screen before we ring this bell?
Let me hit the logo stinger.
We, on one side, we've got a Melmetal and a Flareon against Regirock and Tapu Bulu. There are more legendary or mythical Pokemon on the screen right now than there have been all night. Also, Flareon is here.
Chris has said it best in the chat. There's a big fight feel here in this Chili's tonight. And Andrew, to warm us up to it really quickly, I'm going to take a pause really quick so I can hit this. And I know you can hear it. And I want to let our chat know. Just let them go. Ding, ding, ding. I have rung the bell between Marn versus Raven. Let's see what the fuck happens.
If Flareon walked in the wrong door, absolutely. God, you know, Flareon hits hard against this Tapu Bulu, but Regirock's gonna hit it really hard too. And Melmetal is a powerful puncher, so this is a powerful start. Yeah, okay. That is very fair. Flareon decides to get out of there. Ooh, we've got
double Iron Bash. I've never actually seen Melmetal in play.
I have not either. I know that it's very powerful and it's a strong, slow steel type. Roserade's in here to help deal with this Regirock.
A Dynamax Melmetal.
As we sludge bomb the quadruple weak Tapu Bulu. I just called it Taco Bell goes down.
Taco Bell.
A max steel spike into the Regirock. Marn is
up
2-0 at the moment.
Marn has come to, I believe the Miz said it best. I came to play, and that is what Marn is doing here. Marn is ready to fucking party.
Witchy Diana says, "Let's go, Marn" in the chat. Hard to not feel that way.
That's how legendary.
Bulu just got Crunchwrap Supremed.
Marn is literally doing better than me and replying to my text at the same time.
They've got. Oh, hold on. Raven sends out Terrakion, another mythical Pokemon, and Mr. Rhyme.
Yes.
My least. Actually, no, I can't down talk Mr. Rhyme. My favorite member of that line. Mr. Rhyme can hang. I don't like the other ones, but Mr. Rhyme can hang.
Mr. Rhyme is Mr. Rhyme's dad.
Yeah. It's Ash's grandfather.
Hey, Jeff, where's his eyes? You'd be surprised. I despise this disgusting man. Bust a moon
boy.
Monopoly man. Crypto British man breaking it down.
Terrakion's in here. It is a fast Pokemon, probably ready to hit real hard with a fighting move. Swap to a Ferrothorn as Terrakion gets big and gets a max knuckle on that Melmetal. Doesn't do a lot of damage itself, but it does raise the attack of the whole team. So we get another Steel Spike, raising the defenses on Marn's side more. Mr. Rhyme hits a Psychic that's not very effective into the Ferrothorn, and truly, it feels like we're trading some blows, but this individual 2v2 feels like it's anyone's game.
Yep, this is a real Sonic versus Shadow moment. This is a Vegeta and Goku. This is two Titans fighting. They're moving so fast, my eyes can't see them anymore.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the real things here is that Marn's side of the field is very slow. So both of Raven's Pokemon should go before Marn's do.
So, would you clear the Melmetal? Because I think I would.
You know, Dynamaxing is interesting because it doubles your Pokemon's HP, you have to do twice as much damage, right?
Yeah.
So even at 33% with a super effective move, it's probably going to take both of their attacks to try and take it out. It might not be worth it to do, but we get another Max Knuckle, raises everyone's attack further, but doesn't take it out. A Max Knuckle of Marn's own into the Terrakion, raising the teams as it goes into a Gyro Ball to finish it off.
And Mr. Rhyme had that Protect on, hoping that some loose shot would fly that way, and it didn't. Melmetal small again. Mr. Rhyme still on the field. Raven is down to 3 Pokemon. Marn has a full team behind her. Hydreigon is on the field.
Hydreigon comes down.
I would love to see Raven pull this off, but I'm scared, Andrew. I'm scared.
Now, Hydreigon might know it's a good special attacker, I believe, and It probably knows a fire move. That would clear this Ferrothorn up. Lickety split. Same with the Melmetal. Both of them, neither of them are dealing very well with fire moves. Mr. Rhyme has not done much this battle, but it also hasn't taken any damage.
Exactly.
It still can hang out and do whatever it wants.
It's just kind of present. It's just dancing. It's just hanging out. It's just Boogie Nights over there, and I think that's beautiful. Now, what is going to happen? They're both considering. They're both pondering. I wonder if we're going to see Marn cycle out Melmetal to get somebody else in here to try to protect their Pokemon.
I feel like in Marn's shoes, it's tough because you've pumped up this Melmetal so much, and it's such a slow Pokemon. It might be worth it just to leave the Pokemon in and let it kind of take its lumps, you know?
Obstagoon out here.
An Icy Wind, the only thing going into Melmetal this turn, which means it lives another turn, gets in a body press on Hydreigon as we swap in Obstagoon.
That feels like an unforced error from Raven. You could have done something about that Melmetal, and you didn't.
Melmetal, it took 10% of its health, but then it healed a good chunk of it back thanks to that grassy terrain. It is still alive.
Chat remembering that Chris Hutton is a professional wrestler and has done Kaiju Big Battle is blowing all of their minds. If you see somebody on AEW...
Right. We have yet to see a reason for this Mr. Rhymes inclusion.
Yes, Mr. Rhymes just there to do mental damage, I think. And tell you what, it's working. Oh,
And
there
down
he
it
goes.
goes.
Father,
Now,
let's get you back to bed, Grandpa.
Now, Mr. Rhyme did take down. So, Mr. Rhyme took out the Melmetal. Oh, never mind. Hydreigon used it. It got a crit on Obstagoon to lower its speed and deal a lot of damage on the Obstagoon. Obstagoon is holding a Flame Orb. That's why it's burned. Normally, burn lowers your attack, but because presumably Obstagoon has the ability Guts, its attack is actually skyrocketed right now instead. That's probably why it was able to get in such a huge hit on that Mr. Rhyme.
Appletoon is here. Again, Hydreigon, Roserade, Obstagoon. Can Raven do anything here? It's 5v2. I have a hard time imagining how Raven can get a W, but I'd love to see it.
You got two powerful dragons on Raven's side. One's at half health, but Obstagoon's super slow. Who knows how much it can really speed up and get in there. Powerful Sludge Bomb on that Appleton as it eats a Citrus Berry and restores some HP, and a Fachade takes out Hydreigon.
You had to clear out that
Dragon Pulse
Obstagoon
takes out
much long
Obstagoon.
ago. Like, you didn't take out that Obstagoon when you had a chance, and that, that has proven to be her downfall.
Yeah, they halved the speed of Obstagoon, but even then it was still faster than this Appleton.
I hope Appleton has some, multi-Pokemon moves, because otherwise it is curtains.
Yeah, it's just the combination of being a slow dragon that is poisoned and low health. It already ate its berry. I'm not sure I see a way out for Appleton here. We're getting a skill-linked Rock Blast out of the Cinccino. That means it's going to always hit 5 times. Roserade tries to sleep it, but grass types are immune to powder moves. If it weren't for the fact that this Appleton was poisoned, I would think that maybe the ability to stay in and get that move off of Roserade might mean it's able to stay in, but it is not.
Nope, there it has it. Marn has come out victorious.
Marn has come out victorious.
Absolutely brutal. What a match. What a first night of what did you call it? You called it the fight in the Vanillite?
This is the Thrillite in Manilite. This is the Prime Ape Prime Time. We've got all sorts of stuff. This is the what else we got? This is
I
had one earlier, but I can't think of it.
Don't you worry about it. You don't gotta think of much else, because all we gotta think about now is these wonderful matches that come up tomorrow. Because we are streaming tomorrow. We are streaming the day after this Pokemon show, the second ever Pokemon Showdown, brought to you by Riley and Andrew. Brought to you by Martin and Jay, hosted by Riley and Andrew. He's ready to fucking party. We are gonna see such matchups.
Speaking of Riley and Andrew.
Yeah.
Who's that first match tomorrow?
Am I seeing Jay Petrikrin versus Andrew Sherman right there?
You sure are.
Oh my god. It is going to be fascinating to watch. And Just so you know, if you strolled in too late to this stream, if you miss a match, it's like, I want to see what happened. Jay is going to be getting up the VODs as soon as fucking possible. So you can check out our YouTube page where we store our Twitch VODs. Is it just youtube.tv/ we don't have 100 followers, so we don't have a custom URL yet. Look at Moonshot Network on YouTube. Somebody post the link in the chat. And, that's where we're going to be posting the VODs for this. You can't see tomorrow? Boom. You can't see the day after? Boom. That's where they're going to be. Andrew, while we have you all here, before you all leave, go on to get raid for tomorrow, few things of note. A, be here tomorrow, be here the day after. C, patreon.com/Moonshot Network if you want to support our stuff. We love putting on stuff like this, and what helps is having money to do that. And speaking of that, on July 16th, Andrew and I are going to be fucking around. And by that I mean Andrew's putting me in a dunk tank to raise money.
I'm putting you in a dunk tank. I'm very excited.
It's going to absolutely rule. I'm going to be in a dunk tank. Your donations will fill the tank and then drop on my fucking head. It's going to slap. It will be streamed here. Donations, Patreon, Twitch, however you want to give money, totally possible. But that is all we have for the evening. Andrew, you have anything else you want to hit?
I think you hit it all, Riley. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you, chat, for being here. And until next time, we'll see y'all suckers tomorrow, gamers. Goodbye.
Goodbye.